Now, uh, all the things are clear about the setup and customization. Now let me go for this unit setup. Whenever I will start, I will go for unit setup and I will check that it is set. And now let's going for maximizing this screen. So there is the option, this one is the option, or else I can press Alt W. Okay, so after selecting this, Alt W, and now this viewport is maximized, and here I can draw, like I have this standard primitives here, extended primitives. So these are the basic geometry shape uh, available within this standard primitives, and if you go for extended primitives, some complex geometry shape is available here. So let me go with the standard primitives and let me draw one box there. Now let me do this box. Okay, and here I have provided random length and width. You can put right value there. Okay, suppose let me go with this 1800, and about height, let me go with this 3000, and about the height, let me go with this 550. Okay, we have this. You can have other objects like drawing cones like this, can have like this. Okay, and we also have some sphere. So for this, you see this, there is creation method. So we are creating from center. You can choose edge option so that you can create from any edge like this. Okay, and there you can change the segment, and you can go for, if you are going for hemisphere, so you can do like this, can have objects like this. And you can also do the slice like this. Okay, we also have some cylindrical objects. So like from the center you give the radius value and then you give the height. And about the height segment, that is provided about the so for that you need to change if you want to see it. So for this height we have 5 segments, so you can add cap segments as well. And about the sides, you can increase more sides for smoothness, or you can decrease the sides, so you can have this kind of objects. Okay, so minimum you can have 3, and maximum I guess, let me see how much maximum you can have. Okay, so maximum sides you can have 200. So now let me go with the 4, and there's, yeah, now let me change it to default shading there. Okay, so for this wireframe and default setting shading, you have shortcuts like F3 and again F3. You can, if you want to, uh, uh, if you want to have your edges highlighted, so for that you press F4. So all the segments will be highlighted there. So this is edged face. This visual style will be opened. We have tube option there. like from the center you specify the radius, first radius and then the second radius, and then you give the height. And you have torus like a tube, so you can twist this one. Let me change the radius so that you can better understand. Let me go for this twist, and you can have options like this. You can change the segments. Okay, uh, there you can change the segments, the number of sides, if you even if you change the segments, so you see this kind of effects you get. Okay, now we go for pyramid. One option is there, so it's like creating the base first and then you give the height. So for this width and depth and height you can give the segments. Let me go for F3, and there you can give this segments. So this is the depth side, and for height you can give the uh, segments. Now let me again go for F3, and we have a teapot option available, so that already I've showed to you. And you see that whenever I'm creating this, it's being created from the uh, zero origin, or from that XY plane, right? So we have this auto grid option available. So if I go for this auto grid, so here I can create at the top of this box, right? So it's like a dynamic UCS. If you check this auto grid option, it's like the dynamic UCS in AutoCAD. Like here you can create like this way, like this way you can create with the help of auto grid. Okay, so next let's go for plane. If you're putting all this thing under a plane, and now we also have this one option that is called text plus. So you can add this way. You can provide plane, like you can specify exit plane, so it will be created like this. Like this it will be created. You can go for YZ plane. Okay, just click on it. So the type is point, and you can go for region as well. This is the region you are specifying, so it is being placed on X and Y plane. You can click on this point. If you go for placing with the point, so it will come along this plane. Like if you go for XZ, so if you click on this, so it will come along XZ plane. And now you see that this text plus option is right now active. If you want to deactivate or you want to quit from the selection, then right click on the screen. Now you are not selected with any creation. Now let me select all of them. Let me go with this window option and let me select with this, and now let me delete them. uh, So if I want to deselect, I will go with this Alt and click. So this one is right now deselected, and I'll go for delete. So I have this one, right? Okay. And now if I press T, so I am in top view right now, and let me select this one. And what I can do is from here I can press W, and if here you see this is your coordinate display. Here you have this arrows, so you can click and decrease, or if you click right click on this arrow, it will be 0. So let me do that. So within a single click I can come to the origin. And now we also have this selection lock toggle, and we have this isolate selection. So let me show you in 3D. Now, uh, if I go for this isolate selection, so you can see that which one is selected, which one was selected is am I audible now?
Now, yes, sir.
All right. Okay, so with this isolate selection toggle, what has happened is whatever is selected will will be visible, will remain visible in the screen, and all the other objects which were not selected will be hidden. Let me deselect it, and it come. And now you have this selection lock toggle. So this is right now locked. Okay. So now if you want to move this, you see that this is still selected. You can't select anything else. Okay. So that means this will remain selected. So even if you mistakenly click anywhere else, the selection will not miss out. Okay, so you can do this when you have suppose a selected number of polygons, and that selection took time. So for that you can do this lock option, so that you don't miss out the selection by mistake. Now let me select, and let me go with this 0 here, and let me go to top there. And what I should do is, let me go with this cone option here, and here I want to create like this. Okay, and I have created this cone right now, and now you see that this cone is there. And now let me just come to this modify option here, and here let me change the height. So let me go with this height uh, at the minus direction. Okay, and now what I'll do is about this uh, about this one. Here you can see, right? Now if I need to align this one uh, with this, so the bottom will come at the bottom of this box. So for that we have this align option. So I will select this one. This one I need to align with this box. So I will select this cone there, and I'll go for this align option there, and then I will select this box and what I want to align. So like the minimum with the minimum, or uh, so I want to only apply with the Z position, not in the X, not in the Y. So I'll uncheck this only to the Z position. And now you can see. So the your minimum, that is the bottom is the minimum, where you have the minimum values of your x, y, and z, right? That is the base. When you create, you remember that when I was creating this object, I created the base first and then the height. So at the base, you have the minimum of this value. So you are matching with the current. This is the current object, and your box is the target object. So you are matching this with this minimum faces. Now let me click on apply, and this way we will align. Now let me go with the top, and suppose I need to place with this again. Suppose now I need to align the top surface and this bottom surface. So for that, this time this box will be aligned. So I'll go with this box, and with this cone I'll select, and in the Z direction only. So uh, this is the target object. So the target object at maximum, it will be at maximum, right? And okay, now if I go for F3, there you can see through front view, and there it is perfectly aligned. Okay, now what you can do is you can do mirror for the opposite side. Okay, so for that you need to know like what is that distance is there. Okay, so like the width is 3000. So let me go for this mirror here. So it will be uh, mirrored along the x-axis, and there you can give the offset, right? You can give the offset value. So let me undo this. Let me select, and let me go for mirror again. And here you need to go for this copy. You need to duplicate this one, right? So here let me go for 1500, and there you can see it is there. And now you need to go with this with let me check. It will be like, I don't know exact value it is.
Sir, we can't
So
mirror from the center of that rectangle.
sorry,
From the center of that rectangle.
from the center of the rectangle, yes, we can do that. So for that we need to move this gizmo, this one. So we need to place this gizmo at the center of this rectangle. So we can do that also. So for that, what I should do, let me switch to that view, and come to this hierarchy tab, and here let me effect to this pivot or gizmo only. So let me choose this effect pivot only, and here let me go with this so I need to snap at this midpoint. So for that I have this snap toggle, or S is the shortcut for snap toggle. And make sure that you don't unnecessarily right click on it. You don't unnecessarily select all the snap points. So it will highlight all the snap points and you can get confused. So better you go with this specific snap points, and there is no OK button. Just check on it and close it. It will be snapped on that midpoint. Here you can see. Can you see? Okay, so here we also have one uh, plane, so it's snapping on that plane. So let me do one thing. Let me undo all this. So what should I do is let me hide this one. Okay. So for that, right click and hide selection. And now for this one, let me go with this hierarchy tab, and there we have this effect pivot only. Before that, let me press S for snap toggle option, and let me go with this effect pivot only, and my midpoint is selected right now. So you can select this one and you can snap at this midpoint, and you can align it to world coordinate, align with the world coordinate, and then you come here and you can check like from front. Let me see. Okay, so we have it here. Fine. Now if I go for apply mirror, and you see that it's transformed right now. Let me go for copy there, and it is right now transformed from there, from that midpoint. Okay, because this one will be transformed from this pivot. Okay, that will be the axis. So right now I don't need to provide any offset because this is the right axis. Okay, so the mirror, I don't need to move the mirror axis. I don't need to move the mirror axis. Okay, so the mirror axis placed at the midpoint. Right click on it, it will come at 0, and you check the copy option and it will be mirrored. And let me go for OK. So here you can see this is the clone object. Okay, and this is the cone. Oh, sorry, not clone. Sorry, this is the cone. Okay, and it has this same. You can come back to hierarchy tab, and there you can place it again. Okay, so now let me come here, and here we have. Okay, now again what we can do is we can place at the center, and then we can duplicate it. We have other options to duplicate also. So for that, what I'll do, I will go with this move option selected. Let me select both of this cone, and this move option is selected, and I will hold the shift button, and then I will go for move, so it will make a duplicate with the moving. And now you see this clone option is this window is popped up, and we have a different type of clone. So copy, instance, and reference. So if you make a copy, so there will be no link with the main object. So the duplicate object will be at it at its freedom. It will be individual object. So if you go for instance, so then the duplicate object duplicate object will be connected with the main object. It will be connected with the main object. So let me just choose this copy here, and now let me go for um, legs here, and click on OK. And here we have, so these are your normal object, like you have created with the duplicate cloning option, but you can change the parameters individually. If you come here, you can change, you see, you can change them individually. Okay, now let me show you that if I go for this one, this one, and if you go for instance, you can change them individually, but and also they will be connected with the main object. uh, so let me select them, and let me go with holding the shift button in the Z direction. I'll make copy, and I will go for instance. And how many copies I need? If I need multiple copies, like 2 3 4, then I can go for 5. So at the one time it will be 5 duplicate objects at the same distance. So from the first main object to second object, what will be the distance? It will be the same distance for each object. So I don't need all this. I will select and delete. Now you see that I can change them individually as well. And if I go for changing this, see, can you see that this is right now changed? Okay, that is your instance. So it is connected with the main object. All right, but if you change here, uh, so I think the main object will be changed. Yes. So if you change the instance also, so the main object will be changed. So these are interconnected. Okay,
Because
and
they have
now,
same axis.
no, not because of the same axis. This is the property of instance. When you make instance, it will be linked with the main object.
But the rest of them will not be changing. It is just one object which is changing.
No, not just because this is the duplicate of this object. This one is the duplicate of this object. So that's why. And if I go for this one, if I change this one, so here you see this one is changed. If I change this main object, this one will be changed. So this is the duplicate of this main object. So it is linked with this one.
Okay. And if you want
Okay.
to change all of them together, then what would be the procedure?
So I think that I think not possible. Or what you can do is we can select and link to this. So if I go to that, I think if I link like this, yeah. So these two are linked right now. Okay, but I don't think they can be changed. Yeah, they cannot be changed. Even if I group them also, even if I group them. So let me go for one. The group name is one, but here you will not find out anything. So you cannot change like at once because they have their individual properties. So what you can do is you can make instance. You can make instance only. Suppose let me do one thing. Let me undo them. So can go to this one, and at that point of time you can create instance, so that if you change only one, all the other ones will be changed. Okay, that you can do. So like this you can go to this, and also it has an instance. Let me come here, and if you select this one, and if you change only for one, all the other will be changed. So this way you can do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now let me show you another option that is called reference. So let me do the same, the reference option. Here if I go for reference, click on OK. Now if I have done reference, so this is the reference object from the main object. So it is linked with this main object. So it is totally dependent on this main object. You cannot change this object individually. You cannot have the parameters to change this object individually. It is totally linked with this main object. It is totally dependent on this main object right now. So if you change anything on this main object, it will be changed. Like let me go with this. Okay, so you cannot change this one individually. All right, so this is the difference between instance and your reference and copy, right? So we have this one. Let me place it properly. Okay, so I'm placing it at random distance. Select this one and this one, and let me go with this here.
So each time if you want to mirror, we have to place the gizmo first.
Yes, you can go with the gizmo, or else you can provide the right value. If you know the distance, you can provide the right value there. So let me go with this instance here. Click on OK, and here we have. Now let me go with this F3 there, and we have this one. Okay. Now, what should I do is rotating this one. Okay, I'll be rotating this one. So if I rotate with duplicating this one, E for rotate option, and along the x-axis I will rotate holding the shift key. So it will rotate from the center, right? From the geometric center, but that's not my requirement. I need to rotate from this point. Okay, so again go with this hierarchy there. Go with this hierarchy. Go for effect pivot only. Okay, so before changing this one, you can change this pivot center also. So if you hold this long way, you can have this one. So at the center, you can see at the center. Hello, am I audible now?
Yes.
Yes. So with this, you can change the pivot position. Right now, it is at the selection center. So you have selected this object. So this object X, Y, and Z, all three axis center is this position. So the pivot is at this location right now. You have this option also. So this is like transform coordinate center. So at the coordinate you have placed this one. So at the coordinate it is placed. Here you can see. So it doesn't matter wherever is your object placed, the pivot will always be at the origin point. So this way also you can place it. So let me go with the selection center right now, and then I will go for this hierarchy, and then I will go for effect pivot only. All right. Now let me go for this effect pivot only, and this, okay, this this should be changed like this, but it is getting at the pivot center. So okay, so here I am changing this one because of that making this, so it is being aligned with this pivot center only. So let's go with that. We will change it later, no matter. uh, Now we'll be placing at the midpoint here. So for that, let me, and right now it is done, and you can go for align it to world. You come back here, and now you can go for, I think, if a long press, and then you can. Okay, so no worries. All right, no worries with that. Now let me just check it once if I can change. If I go for hierarchy effect, hierarchy only. Mm, nope. So whenever I'm doing it, it is getting aligned. Okay, so it's so whenever I'm doing it, it is getting aligned with this pivot center. So no issue with that. Now let me duplicate on this like this. So you can give the exact 90-degree value also. So I have the smooth mouse precision, so I have done it with the mouse. You can make it instance. I will not make it instance because I need to change it individually. I don't need to link with this one. So I'll go with this, and here you can name it like back seat or back only. Let's go with that. All right. Suppose you need to do with precision the angle. So for that also we have this angle snap toggle. So A is the shortcut, and you can right click on it, and there you can give the angle value like 90 and close it. So it will be always at the 90-degree. Okay, there you see always at the 90-degree. With this you can give the precise value for your angle. Now let me go with this uh, about this height. Let me change the height. So you have changed it, so the height is changed. Okay, this is the length. All right, fine. You can come to left view, and there you can check like this. You can check it. If you need to more, if you need to do it more, you can do that like this. You can do that. Okay, now let me change. Like this we can create. Okay, so we can create it better with extended primitives. There we have the chamfer box there, so we can create chamfer box and it will look better there. We can put handle also here. So let me go with the top view. At the top view you can make it better. So let me go with this top view here. And about the height, let me go with the value there. And about the chamfer box, there it is. And you can come to there. And about the height, let me go to this height. Yeah, and let it done. You go for align. So this object was selected, and now this will be as the target object, and this is set minimum to maximum. And let's click on OK, and this is done right now. Okay, so this how we normally can place the object. So this is the basic things. You work with this primitives there. You place it, you align it. Okay, and in the next class we will know how we can create with a single box. We can create a complete sofa or any kind of model we can create with that. So for that we have polygon modeling option is there. We will break all the polygons, like you see, if I go for F3, this option, suppose I have this much of segment, so that means we have this much of box, so you can assume this much of box within this single box. We have this much of box, like one box there, two box there, three box there. So uh, we can break down to the multiple elements. So one single object has uh, face, right? So in the dynamo class I have already discussed about that. So uh, if you break down a solid object, you will find out surfaces, and if you break surface, you will find out curves. If you break curves, you will find out points. So this way, all the polygons you have, and with these polygons you can transform, you can change into other form, you can give any kind of form to a simple geometric shape. So we will learn that tomorrow. Now let me go for this. Sorry, just a second. F3 is the shortcut. We also have this percent snap symbol, this one for your scale option. For your scale with precision, you can go with this. Like if you choose this one and you want to go with scale with precision, right click on it. So here you see this is the percentage. So the increment will be 10 all the time. It will be the 10% when you go for this. See, it's like the 10%. And at the uh, coordinate display, there you can see the changes, like 50 now, 6, then 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100, right? So this way you can change it as well. Now if you want to work along your graph, suppose if you go for this front view, and there you see the graph, and what will be the graph distance, so that you can also set. So for that you can go for this sorry, this snap toggle. You right click on it, and this is your grid and snap settings. So you can come to this options, and there you can uh, sorry, this home grid option, and there you can change the grid spacing. So this is set as your 10 inches, I guess. uh, Set as 10 inches or 254 mm, so that you can change what is the grid spacing. Okay, now let me come with the P there. And we also have one option for measure. So we have this helper option is there, and there we have this tape option, and there you can click S, you can snap this. So for this one you need to snap like edges or segment or vertex, these options need to check. So for that you have this. So you have to hold this point to this point, and here it is showing you that to x-axis this is the dimension, and for y-axis this is the uh, sorry, this is for angle. Sorry, this is for angle, and this is the length. It is showing you, this is the length it's showing you here. You can see it. So you can click on this specify length, and you can also go for specify length. So this how you can check the dimensions here. Okay, so here it is showing you the length and about all these angles, and at exit plane what is the angle. Okay, so that is visible here. Now I was telling you that you can link this two object also, so that you can select this as a single object. So for that we have this select and link option available. This one is selected and you can link to this, so you click and drag to this one. Okay, and now you go for W, and now, sorry, the link is not properly done, just a second, let me go for. So whenever you are not going with this snap, there is no use of this snap. Make sure you deactivate this cause it may make trouble. Now let me delete this one. Now let me go for again select and link, select and link with this one. Okay, now let me check. Yes, all right, so it is done. Okay, so it is linked with that. And you can make group as well. So like, sorry, this group there. So for that you need to select objects first. You select these two object, go for this group, and you make the group like a sofa handle, and you click on OK, and that is as group. You select it, it will be select as it together, and there you can see the name. And you cannot change until you uh, ungroup, or you can open this. When you open, then only you can change it, and again you can close this, again you can close. So for that, make sure you select this. Okay, make sure you select this group, and then you can go for close. All right, now again you can go for this alignment there. So let me go for this align, select this one as a group, and you can go for align with this box. And there you can align it only in the, it will be at the X position, not in the Z. So the center, and the center of this two object, it will be aligned like this, and you go for OK, and right now it is aligned at the center. Fine. You can do like this. Alright, so today's class is over here. I hope you understand, and I recommend uh, everyone to work like this, okay, with all these objects. So there you have this extended primitives, standard primitives, work with this. Try find out your own sort of geometric objects with this standard primitives and extended primitives, changing all the parameters. Change all the parameters and the combination of parameters. Try to find out different objects within a single geometry. Okay, so if you go for this cone, you apply all the changes with sides and um, segments, you will find different objects. So go with that. It will help you to identify your sort of objects, and to get the knowledge of your geometry. So whenever you are planning to create any particular objects, so you have to work with a basic geometry. One basic object will be your geometry, and then you will be start modifying it. So you have to identify which one will be the base geometric object. Suppose you are going to like work with architecture column. So are you going to choose cone or cylinder? That make confusion for you. So if you have the proper idea as per your shape and size, so there will be no delay to choose the right geometry. Okay, so this is one example I have provided you. I hope uh, you have the idea. Okay, and if you have any question, you can ask me.